Hello Gnomes, just a pre-intro message to say, this podcast does have some audio issues, so apologies for the sound quality. They are after all mere amateurs, but please continue to listen to help grow the show, and hey, perhaps one day they can afford a sound engineer. Thank you. Enjoy.
Season 2, the free episode.
The free is in
Yeah, the free
three or
episode.
free?
It's free. It's a special episode where we don't charge you a penny for
Oh,
listening.
very nice. That's good of us, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it's a free episode. Also, because I can't pronounce my CHs. So it's...
What happened to the songs, Williams? There were so many songs you could have done. That you're free to do what you want to do. Want your freedom. I don't want to, man. I don't know what to do with my hand there. For the listeners, I had my hand in a very promiscuous situation.
What were you doing? What were you doing with your hand there, Craig?
I was singing to a George Michael song whilst, yes, pretending to have a microphone close to my face. Make of that what you will, listeners. We have a special guest who's just joined us. By the way,
we do have a special guest.
We weren't sure if our special guest was going to join us or not, because usually, just to give you a peek behind the curtain, listeners, we record this and we aim to start at about 8 p.m. Then my camera wouldn't work, which was hilarious. Williams ended up getting a close-up of my chin. We had children who wouldn't go to sleep, and it is now, I've lost the clock in my room, but it's past 10 o'clock, I believe. So we weren't sure if our special guest was going to join us, but our special guest has, who also had responsibilities tonight, including young children, dogs, and other things, has joined us. So we'll do a big first look gnomes welcome to our special guest, Leanne. Round of applause.
Hello, hi.
She's also just jumped straight into a recording of the podcast, so she hasn't had no briefing. She's had no conversation about what's going on. She's just joined in, but you know what? That's half the beauty, isn't it, Wells? Leanne, how are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. How are you?
We have been putting the world to rights for the last 3 hours off microphone.
We have.
So we're quite emotional.
After the technical difficulties.
We're a little bit drunk as well, I'd say, by now. Well, I am. Oh, and Leanne has just thrown us
I'm joining.
That's a gin glass that's as big as your head. Could just be perspective, to be fair, with the camera.
Size gin glasses should
Actually,
be.
it's a very small head.
Small head or big gin glass? I'm assuming it's a gin there, Leanne.
It is a gin, yes. Yeah, and this is actually a gin glass that was acquired when I was with Dan and some other people.
Whoa.
We went out. Where did we go? It was when we went to. Did we go to?
Acquired.
Was it Zena? We went to Zena. We were looking for the mermaid.
Yes.
And we went to a nice place that had these glasses.
Yes.
So,
Which
Yes,
now doesn't.
Leanne acquired it. I had nothing to do
so
with
they
it.
say acquired. What they say?
No, you
they
were just
stole
there.
They stole it. Williams encouraged the situation.
Permanently borrowed.
It's all right, Leanne. I can
Permanently
edit that. That's
Well,
But yes, I was just introducing the episode. So it's a special free episode where no one has to pay for the episode. So it's a special free one.
yeah, hang on though. Before you go further, Wells, we were doing free songs. So let's see. Leanne, we've done You're Free by Ultra Narte because you're free. We're basically abusing Williams because in series 1, he would have always done a lovely song to start the podcast. And so far in series 2, his introductions have been a lot more tame. And I was hoping for something like, You're Free or Freedom or Free From Desire. This podcast, there's so many things you could have done, Wells.
Yeah.
What is there a reason that you've done away with the songs and the
Just lack of sleep.
lack of
I think.
sleep?
But,
Poor excuse. Leanne, have you got?
Maybe as our special guest, the special guest could give us a little intro
Could
song.
Leanne give us a little free intro song? No pressure.
Oh, that's
The blank look.
not
I
very
think
fair. I do not know any songs at all that have the word 3 in it, I'm afraid.
3 is a magic number.
3 is the magic number, yes.
Okay,
Was that
yeah,
the one
that
you...
one.
That's a good one. There was a band called Free who sung All Right Now, Baby, It's All Right Now.
And I can remember a band. Was it 3T?
Oh yes, 3T. That was
3T.
Michael Jackson's nephews, wasn't it?
So it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Gosh, that was showing our age.
We are showing our age, but what a great reference.
Or your age. I'm not as old as you.
Yeah, sorry, Leanne. Sorry, yes, we won't drag you down to that.
We're ancient. Yeah.
Yes, I got caught. Actually,
I'm just going to go for. I'm just going to grab my. It's a firsty first. I got a little mini fridge for Christmas.
no, for the shed, for the shop fit.
So I'm gonna.
For the shop fit.
Yeah. For the shop
Nice.
I've got my own little mini fridge that the fiance bought
Well
for me.
done, fiance. What a prezi.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now you just need a kettle and then a little sink, and then you don't have
Kettle,
to
what's a
come
kettle?
back to the house. Or for in case you want a hot drink. an Irish coffee or something.
Like a mulled wine, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just testing it. Let's see if it's cold. Oh. It's cold, everybody.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought a freeze would actually chill things?
Yeah, nice little present. I've got a Stiggy Pop, which is a 7.3%.
Wow, like a sticky pop that'll blow your socks off.
Which is a first for me, which was bought by a beautiful man. Bought me this for Christmas, also known as Leanne's husband.
Oh,
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure we've got one of those in the fridge.
Stiggy Pop.
see, the last time I
enjoy
drank
that.
beer that was more than 5% was when I was a lot younger. We used to drink Tennant Super when we went to music festivals because we wanted to drink beer,
Super.
but we didn't want to pee. So it was like, drink the strongest beer
I
you
just
can.
spilled beer on the keyboard. Okay.
So, but that Tennant Super used to taste. Well, it wasn't the greatest. Well, so high strength beers generally taste a little bit like woo. So I'm looking forward to this Thirsty Thirst. Cheers. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Drum roll. Now you have to be nice because
That's nice. It doesn't taste like a 7%. It tastes like a 3-4%.
is that because you've already had 7 Coronas?
That's nice. Yeah, I like that.
I want to hear an official write-up, like when you went on your ale drinking session.
That was my official write-up. It's a
It's all right.
it's a bubbly, nice,
Think of the adjectives well. Come on.
magic, drink magic, think magic, drink magic. It says on the side. So it's magic.
Okay.
Leanne, you'd have noticed as a
And
long-term
3
listener.
is a magic number, so maybe it's all connected.
Yes! Ah, boom!
There we go.
Williams, for episode 4, you're out, Leanne's in. Without a shadow of a doubt. You see that? That's the kind of creative thinking we need on this show. None of this, it's a free episode.
Who's going to do the amazing dad joke?
Your dad joke was the...
Not me.
Leanne literally just... You were talking about a beer, and from out of nowhere, 3 is the magic number. So already, Leanne has talked about 3T, which is one of the greatest references we've ever had on this podcast,
Yeah.
and pulled out 3 is the magic
Yeah.
number. Mate, I'm telling you, you need to step it up.
I know. I need to pick up
You
the
do
game.
need to
don't
pick
I?
up your game.
I'm trying to think of
Leanne,
more now.
oh, you don't. You've already excelled. You don't need to save that stuff for the first
Oh,
look.
that's fine then.
Yeah, well, you've already proven to what you've already shown Williams that
And she can set up a webcam. Bash straight in, webcam working, sorted. No
I was
messing
really
about.
surprised it worked,
Just
to be
straight on.
honest.
That's true, Leanne.
Do you not normally have the webcam on then?
Usually Craig is topless,
That is
so
true.
you're quite.
genuinely?
Oh, okay.
Because William said before the podcast started, William said, "I'm going to send Leanne just in case Leanne can join. I'm going to send the link to her." And I said, "I better leave my top on then, hadn't I?" I mean, I can take it off if you want, but it's it's one of those things. I get very warm because I record this in the loft and it's usually quite warm. So I like my wife likes the house
You're just
to be
showing off because you look really warm and Dan looks freezing.
Well, that's true. You see, my wife likes the house to be a constant 24 degrees, which personally I'm like, It's nice, but it's too bloody warm. I'm
actually warming up quite nicely. It's quite a thick.
You do look toasty, Wells.
I am at the bottom of the garden. I think.
Well, that is true. So, yeah, and the setting up of the webcam today was particularly funny. So I've got a new computer, and it wouldn't work properly. And considering both Dan and me did multimedia production degrees, where we learned about technology, and I'm often referenced as being Mr. Scott lead boy.
Welcome to the free episode.
Hey!
The Know It or No might make a little appearance to give some top money-saving advice
The Know It or No.
to double your money. So stay tuned. Listen to the end of the episode to hear from the Know It or No.
I forgot about the Know It or No.
How you can double your money.
I thought we were not dropping the Know It or No. No, he's still around.
No, he's got some advice on how to double your money at the end of the episode. So watch out.
We should ask Leanne what she thinks about the Know It or No.
Exciting.
Yeah, what do you think about the Know It or No?
Well,
my initial feedback
apart
wasn't
from
great.
the creepy voice.
Creepy voice?
He does know it all, doesn't he?
He does know it all. He does know a lot of stuff.
Yeah, okay.
But creepy voice. Yeah, that's the second person who said creepy voice.
Creepy.
Okay, so we need to.
We'll ask him to work on the creepy.
Yeah.
We'll have to bring him back with a voice changer.
So happy New Year, everyone. Hope everyone's had a good January so far. Any exciting updates for January? Anybody?
Happy New Year's, right?
No exciting updates.
January is generally the least exciting month of the year because it's the year when everyone goes boring, isn't it? You know, it's counterproductive. So everyone decides, I'm going to stop drinking.
How's dry January going for everyone? All good?
No, not really. That's to my point. Everybody wants to give up stuff in the worst month of the year. Don't do it. If you're going to give up beer, do it in April when you kind of can get out for a walk. Like, don't deprive yourself of nice things when it's cold and dark and miserable. Like, you need a bit of joy in January.
7.3% sticky pop. That's what you need.
Yes, absolutely. So dry January's not going very good, but I'm having a good time. So
I've been grabbing my joy by sneakily eating little bits of my daughter's Christmas chocolate.
Is there lots left, Leanne?
Loads. So much.
Is she not a listener to the podcast? Will she not find out?
It's not really appropriate for a 3-year-old. Lots of bad words.
I've done some shopping in the January sales.
Nice.
But
anything interesting?
Went to Truro the other day and did some January sale shopping. But it was a bit odd. There was one shop that was giving away dead batteries free of charge.
Dear.
I was almost taken in. Almost.
So bad those jokes. Free of charge, very good. You see, Williams, even that you could have tied that into the beginning. Free of charge. What do you mean? Free of charge.
Anyways, Leanne, grab your tackle, grab a rod. Let's go to the fish pond of feedback. Hey! Oh dear. Whilst we're fishing, do you know why fish tend to live in salt water?
Here we go. Why do fish tend to live in salt water, Dan?
I do not.
Because pepper makes them sneeze.
So bad.
That's my status, guys. So welcome to some new listeners. Hello to my sister, by the way. Who I found out has actually been... Yeah, I found out my sister's been listening.
No, how did she find the podcast? We've been doing so well to hide it.
Yeah, the fiance sort of let it slip, and no one told me that she's been listening. So, hello, sister.
Did she let it slip accidentally on purpose?
Well, I don't know.
Was it one of those kind of, I'm doing this because I want to let it slip?
When you probably... But,
fiance.
Yeah, when you try to keep a public podcast secret.
I suppose that's true.
So. Actually, how did you find out, Leanne? We didn't tell you, did we? Did we tell you? Must have done. How did you find
your
out?
fiance told me.
She's telling everyone.
She let it slip.
Yes. Oh, whoops.
You see, I tell people to listen and say, no, you're talking enough. I don't want to hear you. Why would I listen to you on my commute? Screw that.
Has your wife listened to any
No,
episodes?
of course she hasn't.
But as well as my sister, we have actually got listeners, some new listeners from around the world. So we've got new listeners in Greenock, Inverclyde.
And where's that?
Yeah. Inverclyde is Ireland, isn't it?
Inverclyde.
No, Scotland. Inverclyde.
It sounds very Scottish.
Little geography quiz for
Inverclyde
everyone.
is it? Yeah, it is. Scottish council area. Inverclyde is one of 32 council areas used for local government in Scotland. There you go. Looks
There
beautiful.
you go. Educational podcast per usual. Magherafelt.
Macrofelt? That's by us. Bloody hell. Someone
it?
in Macrofelt is listening.
That's probably your wife.
No, that's about 45 miles west.
Your mum.
No, she's somewhere else. No, she's the other direction.
Yeah.
Macrofelt's genuinely
There you go.
far enough away. Oh, you know, I only know
not close
one
enough
guy
to
in
someone.
Macrofelt. His name's Ash.
that one.
Could be Ash. If it is you, Ash, hello.
Hello, Ash.
Yeah.
That's in Mid Ulster.
Mid-Ulster. My goodness, why is all the Northern Irish people listening to us?
Straubing, Bavaria.
Bavaria in Germany.
Hello to new listeners there. Hello to the new listener in Alta, Tromsø, Finnmark.
You're gonna have to explain where that is geographically.
I don't know. I've not checked. Troms. It sounds like
Finland,
Finnish or
Sweden.
something, isn't it? Troms. Yeah. Bonnie Lake in Washington. Old Lyme in Connecticut. Yes, people do listen to us from abroad. Brentwood, but not Brentwood as we know it. Brentwood, Tennessee.
There you go.
And hello to new listeners from Elmira in New York.
Amazing. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
That's really impressive.
It is impressive.
You do wonder. I mean, again, any listeners who are new to this and listening to this podcast, I kind of wonder why.
They were searching for something else. They're searching for a podcast like
100%. 100%. There's no way to actually search. I mean, what would people search if they were searching for this podcast? What would be the search term? Two idiots who used to tell funny jokes but now are too tired to even bother making an intro. Get guests in who are funnier than them to talk nonsense. Is that what I'd say? I'd say probably it's about.
Yeah, that's quite a long Google search.
We could probably get number one for that Google search if I'm honest.
Yeah. That'd be a Google. Was it a Google whack?
Google, yeah, that's it. Listen to the first look now. Search for two idiots who used to be funny, or one of them used to be funny. One of them used to do a song, but doesn't do a song anymore. He's too tired. He's a dad. He gets a guest in to be funnier than him. The other one gets drunk and talks nonsense. Hashtag that.
Hashtag no website.
Oh, don't go there. Well, don't go there. We still don't have a website.
So,
We'll get on to that.
this is exciting, Craig. From
Yes,
Flash Kiss.
Mr. Wally.
Shall we have a listen to Leanne's first look,
I would.
which she has spent weeks and weeks preparing?
I would love to hear Leanne's first look.
Okay, so my first look is my first experience of
It's not that sort of podcast, Leanne.
a injury that my daughter sustained over Christmas.
Oh no!
She fell over and split her head open. And it was my first look at what being in hospital with a child who wasn't sick
At Christmas time as well.
at Christmas, and it wasn't our local A&E either, so there was lots of firsts.
Oh, where did you go?
We were up with my parents at the time, so we went
Yes,
to
of course
the
you were, yeah.
Luton and Dunstall Hospital,
Ooh.
which is actually the hospital I was born in. But no connection. We weren't in the same room, obviously, but yeah. So that was my local hospital. Yes, that was lots of fun.
Oh, God,
She
love
stumbled
Ilya.
into our room at 2:00 in the morning.
This is very clarified. She's fine.
Oh yeah, she's okay. Yeah, she came in. She stumbled over, fell over a pillow, and hit her head on the bed frame. And then my husband Pete, he jumped up, turned the light on, to which I said, "Don't turn the light on; you'll wake us all up." And then I realised that she was covered in blood.
Oh, God, love
so that wasn't very good.
Was this more blood just because it was a tiny cut, or actually a lot of blood? Or
To be totally honest, I couldn't tell you because I passed out.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that I had a thing about blood, but turns out I do.
No, you do.
And then when I took the cloth away, I saw the blood just pulse out of the split in her head. And then I was like, oh, I don't feel very well. I'm going to go sit down.
Oh, God.
Leaving my husband all to it, all on his own.
So there's a thing, isn't there? So
It was very eventful.
in WWF wrestling, they do a thing where because of the pulsing on the head, like because of the way the blood pumps around the body, they nick if they want to bleed profusely and make it look really dramatic, they nick themselves on the head with like a razor blade. So it looks bad just when it's a nick, never mind an actual genuine I've headbutted the end of the bed.
Did not know that.
It must have been that must be one of the most scary things ever. That the thing you love most in the world, your child, has smashed their head and there's blood everywhere. God love you, Leanne. God love the pair of you. Like, how is she?
Oh, apart from being scarred, she's fine. She loves a scar. She calls it her magic cut. But it is like...
Did she have to have it sewn up and everything?
She was fine. She had steri strips on it.
Okay.
But literally within minutes of it happening, after it happened, and I was no longer unconscious, my mum came to help, which must have been a sight for her to come downstairs to find my husband covered in blood, me like sprawled out on the floor, and my daughter just bleeding. But Florence was fine. She thought it was really funny and was laughing at the whole thing and just asking if she could have some more presents. So she took it like a champ. I passed out after telling Pete off for turning the light on. It was the 27th, so just after Christmas.
That's mad, Liam. So you hear about these kind of weird Christmas stories, and you know what the good thing is? This is going to be a story that comes out every year. I hope you document it. You took the pictures, yeah?
Oh yeah, we've got pictures.
See, every year now, forever and a day, every Christmas. Do you remember that Christmas when you tried to ruin it by smashing your head on the bed? Do you remember that your mommy fainted because of all the blood? And as he gets older, you know what's going to happen? The kids are going to reenact it. You know, Florence is going to be 26, lying on the floor with ketchup all over her face, just to try and make it faint. It's going to be as terrible as it is and as tragic as it is in the moment. Now that everything's okay, it's going to just become a legend of the house. Yeah,
she's definitely going to make like more of it than it is, I think.
Oh, rightly so too. But I hope you milked it as well. You fainted. That's quite traumatic.
Yeah, but I don't know. I wasn't then able to look after my child, which is what a parent should be able to do.
But that's what
I was too busy passing out.
Yeah, but that's why marriages are good, because there's two of you to do it.
That's true.
You married a good
and my mum was there.
And your mum was there, exactly. So
yeah,
family unit for the win.
Yeah.
There's no I in team and all that.
So my parents' bathroom is downstairs, so she heard Pete shouting, "Linda!" So she came running down the stairs to find, just to find Pete in his boxer shorts covered in blood, and Florence sat by the table with her hand on her head, just like laughing and looking at what's going on. And then Pete said, "Can you check on Leanne? She's passed out."
That's amazing.
So yeah, she probably didn't know what on earth has she come downstairs to. Like, yeah. Covered in blood.
But can I make a point?
Yeah, it's finally cracked.
So, really, we need Pete on this, because if it's a first look, Leanne, your eyes were shut, so you didn't see anything. So you can't really do this as your first look.
No. And it was dark when it actually happened.
It was dark. I love the fact that you said as well, don't turn the light on, you'll wake us all up.
Yeah, you wake up, fully wake up, don't turn the light on.
It sounds like, so again, if the Wise Look Gnome was here right now, it'd say, it sounds like you're carrying a little bit of guilt about this, Leanne. The Know-It-All Gnome, sorry. The Know-It-All Gnome, actually, you know what? That could be a way to get around the voice. We could introduce a new character who's got a lovely, soothing voice. Now, you know what? Any voice you do is going to be great. But no, if the Know-It-All Gnome was here, it'd say, Leanne, you're a great mom. You don't need to worry about the fact that you passed out. It was a traumatic experience, and the fact that you have a loving, caring family with a wonderful husband and a wonderful mother to step in suggests that you've done everything right from start to finish, because there was people there around her. And the fact that Florence even just took it in a stride suggests that you've built a strong, courageous woman. So don't beat yourself up about not being a mom, passing out. You did amazing. It's one of those experiences that you can't plan for. It just happens, and you've all dealt with it. She seems like she's happy with the scar. You've all lived to tell the tale, and you've even come on a podcast to talk about it. So what can be cooler than that? I was going to say you smashed it, but that would be a really bad use of the word smash in this situation. So we are back for part 2 of the podcast.
We are back.
We are back, and it is just Mr. Williams and myself, Mr. Hodgkiss.
And I've just got a fresh beer from my new mini fridge. Another one from the lovely husband of Leanne, our special guest. And another Thirsty First, which is a vocation. Which is called Love and Hate. It's a lovely ginger orange coloured can with a cherub angel firing an arrow at a tiger. It's a New England IPA. It's juicy, hard hitting, and hazy. And again, it's 7.2%. I think Leanne's husband is trying to get me
blow your socks off.
Forget crystal clear beers. Delicate flavour profiles. Our juicy and unapologetically murky New England IPA is made to leave a lasting impression. Traditionalists will hate it, but to us, it's the one. There you go.
I hope it's nice, fruity, and I'm not a big fan of the
juicy, hard-hitting, hazy.
Get it in you, son. Get it in you.
There you go. So cheers.
Cheers, Mr. Williams.
Happy New Year, Mr. Hodgkiss.
Thank you, dude. Happy New Year to you too.
And to our special guests this year, 2024.
There are lots of special guests. So we're going to push on, and we are going to do the first...
We're going to push on. So yeah, I'll do my first look. So I've had a few little first looks, or a couple of first looks at least.
First looks. Let's hear them. Let's hear them.
So the first one is so this weekend we had a first look at our wedding rings.
Nice.
So we've got our wedding rings sorted, or wedding bands as they're called.
That's a good first look.
So yeah, so we've got those. That's all sorted. Actually today, so Georgie picked up my one. So that's another sort of thing ticked off the marriage prep list. So one less thing to sort of worry about in preparation.
Just to enlighten you guests, so Mr. Williams will be in less than...
Sorry, I've not quite had my first sip of the vocation.
Sorry, yes, let's do that first. And what do we think?
Juicy, hard-hitting, and hazy.
Wow, they should write that in their tagline.
And it tastes like 7.2%, actually. It's quite, yeah.
It tastes stronger.
I'm going to sleep well tonight, yeah.
Good. Until the child wakes up. Then you got to get up and I should have drank that last beer. Yeah. For our listeners who don't know, so Mr. Williams, I beg your pardon, is getting married in less than 4 weeks' time to his fiancée Beyonce.
Before the next episode, probably.
So this is probably the last episode where he...
Unless we get an episode in before. It's too early for a season break.
It's gonna be difficult. Although saying that, in around, so we do these episodes about every 3 or 4 weeks, and in about 3 or 4 weeks' time, Williams is gonna be on the edge of getting married or have got married. We could literally do one on your honeymoon, but that might be pushing the boundaries of decency. Yeah, I'm on my honeymoon. What are you doing?
The marriage might be over before it started. Yeah.
So, this is probably the last podcast before you are a married man.
Yeah.
On behalf of myself and all the listeners.
Wow.
And we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Not
I've got the
forever.
got the wedding bands sorted, and well, a bit of a first world problem, but. So with Georgie's engagement ring, I did get her a platinum ring.
Oh, very nice.
Which is Udala. But I didn't realise that if you get a platinum, you have to get a platinum wedding ring as well because the
metals.
Because the metals. So if you put like a white gold or titanium or anything else next to a platinum, the platinum's going to scratch up and ruin the wedding ring. So it was like, I have to get a platinum wedding ring, which is the more expensive types of wedding rings. But
it was all part of George's cunning plan.
Yeah, but no, we got some nice wedding rings, which I'm really happy with. I didn't get a platinum, but
you get titanium.
No, I got white gold.
You got white gold? You fancy son of a gun?
Yeah. So, so got some nice shiny rings.
Well, this is a question for you, Williams. So, as a man's man, Williams is a man's man. Are you for the wedding ring, the wedding band, or anti the wedding band? And I asked that.
Well, I thought I wouldn't get one otherwise.
Well, okay. Well, that's interesting, you see, because there's a lot of men I know who are like...
Is there?
Well, there is. Like, if you look... I
don't know. If everyone was...
See that ring finger? I'm a man.
You had a ring. You did have a ring. I'm sure you did.
I got one, but I didn't get an expensive one, purposefully, because I was like, I'm probably not going to wear it very much.
Because you're not a ring man.
Because I'm not a ring man, no.
Well, I'm not a ring man, but this one I quite liked. But, yeah.
Well, that's not... it's one of those things as well. I tried wearing it for a bit and stuff, and...
Yeah.
You know, it burned my finger, and... it didn't really... Sorry, wife, I made a joke. Sad. Take it off, you heathen.
So wife. Yeah.
But the idea of it was better than... Like, I didn't like the feel of the jewellery. I was like, I don't like how that feels.
You didn't like the feel of the ring, so your finger was in the ring.
My finger was in the ring, and it was a bit. It was just.
Oh, welcome back, Leanne.
Hello, Leanne. How you doing?
What time to come back in there?
The delay stopped.
That's what he said. I mean,
that's it. So we're just talking about our metal rings. That we're talking about wedding rings.
My first look, Leanne, is that we've got our wedding rings this weekend.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes,
nice.
And we're now having a conversation about some men. Like, I've been married for 13 years, something like that, a long time.
Has it?
I don't have a wedding band. I do have one, and I still have it, but I don't wear it. But it's not because I'm like anti-marriage. I'm actually very pro-marriage. I believe quite strongly in the institute of marriage and faithfulness and all that kind of stuff. But I don't... Yeah, I find wearing a ring just... I don't like it. Is your husband a ring wearer, Leanne?
Yes.
He's got a lovely ring.
He has a wedding ring, yes. And he wears it.
See, we bought some kind of rubber plastic ones as well. So Leslie Ann, my wife's a nurse, so she can't wear metal rings in theatre and all that kind of jazz. So she bought plastic ones, and she has 3 kind of wrapped up rubber rings on her finger. So she, even though she shouldn't wear a ring, so if anything, she has an excuse not to wear a ring, but she still insists on wearing this one. Whereas I'm like, I could wear my normal actual wedding ring. I'm like, I don't like it. It feels funny on my hands. I ended up playing with it a lot. I was playing with my ring whilst all I did was.
You shouldn't play with your ring too much.
I didn't even play with it. I just fiddled with it. I just kept fiddling with my ring.
If you play with it too much, it becomes loose. And...
Yeah, it just. My ring became irritated, and it just, actually the ring wasn't irritated, but it got, it was. I couldn't leave my ring alone, Williams.
No.
Yeah.
But your ring is quite big, isn't it? Because you've got quite a large size.
I am a big man with a big ring. Yeah. It's true. It was, but it was still tight, big but tight, tight ring. Well, it was like, it's
so sorry, Leah.
So you enjoyed your rings, Williams? You enjoyed your...
I did. So, yes, we've got our rings. Georgie picked up my one today.
Was George's ring smaller than your ring?
It was shinier. It was a shiny ring.
Oh, very good.
And another quick first look is that Logan did his first steps. So I witnessed him doing 6 steps, and Georgie witnessed him doing 9 steps recently. So I think now he's officially walking.
That's incredible,
which is
dude.
exciting but scary at the same time.
Very scary, but very exciting.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yes.
How did you feel?
Leanne's actually going to be babysitting for us quite soon. And he's suddenly become quite a handful. So
yeah, thanks. Yeah, Georgie was saying the other day that how he doesn't sleep much.
Yeah, it's good timing. Yeah,
I like Logan.
Yeah, that's good to know. That's good to know.
No, this is a real conversation. There are sometimes children that you're like, you're a you may have there are dicky children, aren't there?
No, they're all lovely.
They're not. Some children are
all
dicks.
the children that come to all my sessions are lovely. I like them all.
As a disclaimer, Leanne was shaking her head profusely there.
Well, we're struggling at the moment because he keeps grabbing the TV, and the TV's a bit wobbly, and he's like, "Oh, going to put." But part of me also wants a new TV, so it's. But, that was the first look at Logan's first steps, officially walking. But we've not filmed it yet. We've tried to, so he keeps doing a lot of walking, and then we go, right, we're going to film it, and they go, right, go on, Logan, walk, and then just falls, face plants, and we film it. It's like, we probably shouldn't share that video with anyone.
They are good videos, though.
God love them. That's very cool.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a video soon of him walking. But yeah, it's exciting.
Very nice. Well, congratulations on that, dude. That's awesome.
So, Craig, what's your first look?
So I only have one.
No, actually, no, sorry, Leanne's got the first look. Leanne's the double.
Oh, yeah, I've got 2.
Oh, nice.
I had
No blood in this one, hopefully.
No. I had my first look at being self-employed and having to do tax returns.
Oh, tax returns.
Yeah.
Oh dear. So we have crossover here, Leanne.
Right.
So just to let you know, so we're going to do something new here. We're going to do a double first look.
A double first look.
We are. We're going to have to improvise here, because Leanne. So as another person who's also in the self-employed category, so I'm guessing this is your first self-assessment January the 31st deadline.
Yeah.
Moira Stewart said adverts. I have just to let you know, you're in for double tax. First, you're going to hear from Leanne, who's going to tell you about the UK tax system, and then I'm going to have a first look at the US tax system. So you're in for it, people.
Oh.
Forget your H&R blocks. Forget your HMRCs.
This is an educational podcast.
This is going to be for the next 10 minutes, we are getting down and deep and saying, you know what we're going to say? Leanne, correct me if I'm wrong, but f*** you tax. That's what we're going for. Why do you make it so bloody difficult?
Isn't it difficult?
It is. It's a
And
shit
probably
show.
loads of people thinking that it's not, but and it'd probably be less difficult had I done it throughout the year instead of leaving it to the last minute, maybe.
You are a human.
Yeah, but I did what any strong, independent woman would do when it comes to important things like that, and I gave it to my mum. My mum's doing it for me.
Well, at least you got an escape route. You got a good escape route there. So how has your experience with it been so far? I mean, you give it to your mom, so that probably says it all. But like, what was stressing you out?
Oh, just everybody that I spoke to showed me a different way on how to do it. And I guess it doesn't really matter how it's done as long as it is done and done correctly. Yeah, I just get myself a bit confused. So when I went over to my parents for Christmas, I took all my receipts with me, gave them to my mum. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Mum.
There you go. And I keep getting messages from her saying, I need this. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll find that for you. And I love my job. It's fun, but yeah, you spend my previous job was office-based, at a computer, at a desk. And I've spent a whole year not having to be at a computer at a desk, apart from when I do a little bit of admin.
Yeah.
And just doing what I want when I want. And now I'm being told
Well,
I have
what
to
made
do
you
something
go?
by a certain time. And it's quite
Yeah,
important.
we talked. We can genuinely plug Millie Messmakers
yeah,
here.
it's a bit
Though it's a
shocking
brilliant
system.
business, and she's doing an amazing job.
Leanne is very good at her job as well. Very good.
To all our American listeners, Millie Messmakers is a wonderful business looking after children and getting them to do
The
stuff.
fiance, she's very anti-mess, doesn't like messy stuff. Wanted to support Leanne, but I was like, oh, can't really do it because it's not really our thing. But she's been converted. She has been converted to many messmakers.
Little Logan's got a little t-shirt
very
that
good.
says, "Let's get messy on it, Millie Messmakers." Very sweet. Yeah.
That is awesome. So, if anybody wants, Leanne, tell us, like, in terms of people who aren't nearby you and stuff and can't come, tell us a bit about your business.
So it's sensory messy play for children up to the age of 4, and everything that we use is taste safe. It's all dairy free, nut free, soya free, all vegan friendly, and yeah, it's different themes every week. So this week we've just had enchanted explorations with fairies and giants and unicorns, and next week we've got dinosaurs. But it's all different stations with different, like, spaghetti, colourful spaghetti, or coconut flakes, cornflower glue. Yes, lots of different sensory bases. You help children develop different skills that they need growing up, like the fine motor skills or life skills. There's lots of different help with speech development.
And real talk, Leanne,
Yes.
real talk. Do you genuinely love it all the time? Or just sometimes you're like, I could just go and
No,
work somewhere else?
I love it. I don't love it so much at the end when I have to clean up. But everything else,
But
the
that-
other part I love.
Yeah.
That's like Millie Messmakers.
There is the
Yeah.
mess element.
Oh, yeah, that's not-
Your social videos are class.
Thank you. Yes, I do.
Like, especially the kind of like the time frame ones when you can. It's a bit like, so for listeners in the UK, there was a thing called Art Attack back in the day with Neil Buchanan. And he did the big Art Attack. So Leanne does amazing things where she films herself doing these setups, but then speeds it up, and you kind of, what's going on, and then you see it, and it's always very creative. It's very artistic. It looks amazing, and you can just think, oh, kids are going to love it. So, like, even if you haven't got kids, it's almost like ASMR or some kind of. It's very calming to kind of watch these videos, and you're like, that looks class. She clearly, Leanne, I don't mean to speak out of term here or put words in your mouth, but there's clearly a passion there. There's clearly a kind of love for it. You obviously get a lot of your kind of cups filled with, like, you know, the excitement of it, the joy, the creativity.
Yeah, definitend.
You know, it looks like you
I
enjoy
really
it.
enjoy thinking about what sort of things I'm going to do for the sessions, the different themes, the activities, and I love seeing the kids coming in and being excited about what they've got to play with this week, and then seeing them learn while they're there. I've had a few children take their first steps at the sessions or their first words, and it's just really lovely, and
That's
seeing
cool.
the kids growing up as well. my very first session, the very first child that came was 11 weeks old, and he's obviously over a year now, 13 months, and he still comes along, and it's just lovely seeing them. Like you get quite attached to them and watching them growing up and stuff. And it's just.
Well, I imagine as well, because it's your business, it's not just something to make money, it's a personal thing. You've chosen to do this, you put your heart and soul into it. You put a lot of love, dedication and care into it.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to get to that point. I mean, that's half the point of doing a cool business like this. It's like, I get to do this every day and meet these kids and get to know them and grow up with them.
Yeah, definitely.
I imagine it's much more fulfilling than working in an admin centre.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you do have to really love it, because with any self-employed job, it's constant, always doing some sort of work. And if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be able to do it, because it just consumes so much time and thought space. It's lucky I do like it.
And like you say, you've got to put up with crap like HMRC and self-assessment and tax. So just to reassure you that you're not alone in this. When I first went self-employed, it was 2008, when Moira Stewart was doing adverts about don't hide under the stairs, don't hide in the closet, you need to do your tax. It's been a long time, and it's just still crap.
That's good to know. It gets easier.
You just like...
Thanks.
You understand it more. So it does get easier because you get it, understand what you have to do, but it doesn't get any less... It doesn't get any more enjoyable, should we say? And it's always been the same. So my birthday is January the 31st, which means my birthday has always been taxes due day. I'm like, oh, should we go and celebrate? Celebrate what? The fact that I'm poor.
It's on paper how poor you are.
It is. It really is. You're like, I owe the tax man all this money. I should have been better. But, you know, I thought that was tax deductible. It's not tax deductible after all. Oh, shit. It's like,
Things like I have no idea if I've made money or like I've got. That's how little I've done. I've got absolutely no idea. So it's either going to be a really nice surprise or just an awful shock in a couple of weeks.
But have you enjoyed it?
Yes, I have.
Well, that's the main thing.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
So we talked about the UK tax being a shit show. I'm going to take your UK shit show of tax and I'm going to raise it. And I was going to share a picture. Now, I don't know how to share a picture with two of you on your WhatsApp.
You have.
Okay, do you know who these people are?
I do not.
Do you not? Were you a fan of the WWF back in the 90s?
Not really. I sent it to Leanne as well.
Leanne, were you a fan of the WWF?
Well, Hulk Hogan, the American what's it?
The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Okay.
Are you talking about Wells? Come on. The American...
I don't know, Leanne. I sent the picture to you, Dan. Do you know who they are?
Okay, so there'll be people who are listening to this podcast, especially Americans, who as soon as I say this will be like, yeah, I know exactly who they are. And there'll be other people from the UK who are like, it was a WWF in the early 1990s, of course we know. So we have the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and his tag team partner in the Tag Team Money Inc. called I.R.S. Now, to me, this represents both the best of America and the worst of America. The best of America being WWF, where men in pants can jump around, smashing each other with chairs, pretending it's real, and then smelling the crowd and all that kind of stuff. Which, to me, it's pantomime for adults. WWF, it represents all that America is. Loud, pant-wearing, batshit crazy, but for some reason I just love it. But then, in this tag team, you've got the $1 Million Man, multi-millionaire, can do whatever he wants, but his tag team partner was called I.R.S. So in the 90s, I had no idea what the I.R.S. was. It was just when everyone said I.R.S. to me, I automatically thought that's the $1 Million Man's tag team partner from WWF. However, Leanne, like you, self-employed, currently employed by Americans, which means I don't just have to deal with HMRC, I now have to deal with the I.R.S.
Right.
And everything you think about HMRC being bad, times it by 20, and you've got the IRS. So I'm going to ask you both some questions. So I had to do my tax return for the IRS, and I want on a scale of what the bloody hell are you
Having fun,
talking
yeah?
about? Oh yeah, that makes sense to me. I'm going to ask you some questions. I just want you to see, because my biggest problem was I actually don't know how to answer the questions because I don't know what the question means.
Leanne thought, join a couple of lads, some beers, great, good laugh. Yeah, we're going to have a quiz about tax.
Well, but again, the best of America versus the worst of America. The best being WWF, the worst being tax forms for the IRS. So, this is one of the questions I was asked. During the tax year, did the corporation own any entity that was disregarded as an entity separate from its owner under the regulation section 301.7702-2 and 301.77-3 question mark?
Yes.
I don't know. I have no idea. Question Y1. Did a partnership allocate to the corporation a distributive share of income from a directly owned partnership interest, any of which is ECI or treated as ECI by a partnership or the partner? If yes, attach Schedule P.
100%.
See instructions. Any idea?
It's terrible.
Like, what the mean? During the tax year, did the corporation dispose of an interest in partnership that directly or indirectly engaged in trade or business in the United States? If yes, attach Schedule P form 1120-F. See instructions. During the tax year, did the corporation own directly or indirectly at least 10% interest in any foreign partnership? I don't know. Am I a foreign partnership? I'm a foreigner doing a UK tax return. Honest to goodness, so I found the company who would help me do this, and they wanted £3,000, and I was like,
Just pay it.
I don't have £3,000 to spare, Williams, just to pay this. So my first look is dealing with the I.R.S. and the absolute. So I found a way. I didn't even know how to file the tax return, Williams. I was like, right. In the UK, you get a government gateway and you can file it that way. In America, you have to use a third party, or there is a thing called free file from the IRS. When you go to free file with the IRS, you know what it says? We're closed. And it's an online thing. I didn't even know what online things could close, but it was closed. Like a shop. So, yes, my first look is I will take your HMRC bullshit and raise your IRS bullshit. How can the company, the country that invented the WWF, where men in pants throw each other around, smack each other in the chest, pretend they're having a real fight, also come up with the IRS, which is the most convoluted, overly complex, babble bullshit nonsense you could ever imagine in the world. So, love America, hate America, as does the most of the world. I love America, F you, IRS and America. Make it easy. Use language that people understand. I want to give you money. Imagine this, Wells, right? As a man, right? I want to give you money. Why are you making it difficult for me to pay you what I may owe you? You wouldn't do that in other business, would you? Leanne, I imagine you make it very. If people need to pay you I need to send my kid to you, you probably make it quite easy for them to pay you.
Well, you hope so.
Yeah. Whereas the IRS is like, you owe us money. All right, how can I pay you? Fill in these forms. You're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what they mean. Just take all my money. I don't care. I'd rather go to prison. Yeah, that was my first look. It just infuriated me. It's taken up so much of my brain power this week. I don't really know what to do. I got the form off. I put it in the post, and I'm hoping for the best. And I was like, at least I've got 10 days, because by the time it gets there, the time they read it, the time they write back to me and say, this is a babble of shite, what have you done? Pay someone to do this for you. I'm like, well, at least I've had 10 days of respite. So, yeah. But my first look, IRS.
There you go.
Screw you.
There you go.
Probably a bit ranty, that one.
Well, because we're a financial advice podcast, at the start of the episode, we did say if you listen to the end of the episode, we'll give you some money-saving advice.
Hang on, stop. Well, before you carry on, there's someone at my door.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I've got to go for a wee. Sorry, I'm going. Hang on. I'll let him in. I'm going for a wee.
Right.
What?
Sorry, mate.
Hello.
Oh, hello. It's the
Hello, everybody. Craig has just gone out for a piddle, but he's left his seat warm.
Is it the no one or is it the wise?
You can call me whatever you like. While Craig's having a wee, it's not a problem. Know-it-all gnome, piddly gnome, wise gnome, whatever. I'm here to give financial advice today.
So at the start of the episode, we said we said if you listen to the end of the episode, we will give you some top money saving advice,
and that's what we plan to do.
So, how can you double your money instantly?
This sounds like it's going to be a terrible pun joke of a dad joke, and I wasn't really prepared for it. How can you double?
How can you double your money instantly?
Okay, this is a riddle. Ladies and gentlemen, if someone...
I've sent it to you in the messages. So, no, how can you double your money instantly?
I've seen your answer and I don't like it. I'm going to do my own answer. I'm just trying to get the camera working. Where are you? I've lost the window.
Leanne used to think we were a professional outfit.
So, if it was up to me, Williams, what's the question again?
How can you double your money instantly?
You could look in a mirror.
Hey!
Was that the answer you were looking for?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've ruined the joke. There was definitely a setup there, wasn't there, Wells?
Yeah, it was. It didn't quite work. Don't forget to click like, rate 5 stars. What else do you do, Anne? What else do you do? You
look
subscribe. You look at the
website's still not finished.
Feedback.
Yeah, send in some feedback. Help grow the show so we can actually afford someone to build us a website because we still don't have one.
We're meant to be getting better at making podcasts. I think we're getting worse. We're getting worse.
We are getting worse.
Do you think this is just...
That's why we're getting in professionals like Leanne on...
Do you think it's because there's too much going on, Wells? Do you think we've just got a bit too much going on at the minute? I
think I missed it, but I'm on 7.2% beers. I've got another beer. It's 7.2% vocation.
Listeners, yeah. I'm gonna talk this again. Real talk, listeners. Real talk. The Paul Williams, right? So let's just put this all in perspective, right? He has a child who's just started walking, which tells you his child is around the 1-year-old mark. He is also getting married, ladies and gentlemen. It's just after Christmas. And basically, this podcast is held together by Cornish Dan being brilliant. And at the minute, he can't even think of a funny 3 song. We had to rely on Leanne to come in and... We should call you 3Anne. Not Leanne, you're 3Anne. doing it. So I think listeners, if you could all send us some cash. Just send some cash to Adam so we can send him to a spa for a nice day. I think Paul Wells is the glue that holds this show together, and when he's tired, we all suffer terribly. So if you could please go on our website.
We don't have a website. That's the problem.
It doesn't exist. And donate £20 to williamsneedsaKip.com. That would be a good website, actually. williamsneedsaKip.com. I'm just going to get a picture of you asleep. I have plenty of pictures of Williams asleep on random street corners.
Anyways, special thanks to our special guest, Leanne.
Yay! Leanne, you rock.
It's been lovely to join you.
Leanne.
And until next time, Williams, is there a conundrum this time?
There's no conundrum.
Is the conundrum still well, there is still a cliffhanger.
Well, there was.
Will the website be available before the end of 2024?
Yeah, we don't do cliffhangers anymore, do we? Well, there was a bit of a dilemma. So I was playing frisbee with my dog Mika, and this really weird thing happened. The frisbee kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it hit me.
Why did I laugh?
Leanne, don't encourage him. Don't encourage him.
See you next month, listeners.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Don't forget to DM on our Instagram or email firstlookgnomes@outlook.com if you also want to be a guest on the show or if you have any feedback for the fish pond.
You're free to do what you want.